today. If you got any of the hints or you caught any of my previous lives, basically it's St Patrick's Day today, and obviously I did my official live on Sunday, but I thought I can't do St Patrick's Day with a book of Irish tunes without playing Irish tunes on Irish Day. So here I am next to my piano. When I did the poll the other week, it was very close between Boyzone and the Corrs. So I decided I'll try and play the Corrs one today, plus a traditional Irish jig. So I thought I'd have a bit more fun today, because obviously the skill that I've learned through building my confidence in this den is to not be a perfectionist. So make that of what you will. It's kind of key to being a performer in this sense, is not being a perfectionist, because being a perfectionist caused me to be scared of actually playing the piano. But anyway, I've also called this self-care. So those of you who don't know, if anyone's new, welcome this week. Oh, hi Katie. Cool. Yeah, so yeah, I did Katie's podcast. Well, it will be a podcast. I did her live on Tuesday evening. So I did post that in this group, a few people saw it. But anyway, yeah, so I'm promoting my book a lot at the moment. And I've got double focus. In fact, I've got triple focus today. So I'm going to run through what I'm focusing on today. So I started today by messaging a few people about Tropic, because they might not have seen the posts in here in my den. There's a leprechaun race on Sunday. So the deadline to enter is 7 PM Sunday. And what do you need to enter? Well, there's a special party link which can be found in the featured announcement posts. It's a picture of 3 leprechauns and a Luigi. And in that, the comments has the party link that you need to enter by. So if you want to claim a leprechaun, you can claim maximum 4 leprechauns, but there's no maximum spend. Every £30 you spend gets you a leprechaun. So what do you do with a leprechaun? Well, obviously it's a virtual leprechaun. Your leprechaun will get entered into a race on Sunday. And whoever's leprechaun wins that race, which I will badly commentate like I do in my duck races, will win the hostess prize. So the hostess prize is 15% of whatever the total sales are on the day. So whatever the total sales are, I will give the total value of the pot just after 7 PM on Sunday evening. So if you're not wanting to buy Tropic, that's fine. You're welcome to watch the race just for the laughs. It's at 8 PM on Sunday. It's usually on a Saturday, but because I've got a Nintendo North Wales event on Saturday, I have done it before where I've had Nintendo North Wales, gone to the pub for tea, then tried to do a duck race after, but I can't promise what time I'm going to get back. So I've got my usual card reading on the Saturday at 8 PM. Well, I do it all day, so you can pick your card and I'll do your card pull on 8 PM, but because it's Nintendo North Wales' event day, I can't guarantee it's 8 PM. I just try and get home before 9 PM, so the latest it'll be is 9 PM. I try and promise that, but yeah, anyway, it's all about enjoying yourself. So I put Irish Day and Self-Care Day. So my other focus has been promoting my book. So I've learned how to use MailerLite in the last week, and I've started my email campaign. So if you haven't signed up for my mailing list yet, let me know. I can add you to it manually, or you can go to my personal profile, because on my personal profile the pinned post has that link in the comments. It's a picture of me doing a weird pose on the beach with my colourful leggings on. You can't miss it. But basically you'll get updates. You'll be the first to see the design of the book cover. You'll be the first to get tidbits of the story. Obviously if you run a group and I'm guest speaking in your group, you might hear tidbits of the story there as well. I'm telling it from different angles depending on whose group it is, so that's a challenge for me and I'm finding it quite fun so far. I think I've done 3 slots so far and I've got another 7 or 8 to go over the next month or so. So that's exciting. But why is that relevant? So basically I've created a group chat of sort of closer business contacts and friends who are willing to help me promote my book directly. So that means sharing posts, telling me if designs of things are okay, proofreading the emails that I'm sending out, that kind of thing. Just general support, so I'm not on my own, because obviously when I became a bestseller last October, there was a team of 15 of us all promoting it, whereas this time I'm completely on my own. So I've created the group chat, so I don't feel completely on my own with that. So thanks to those if that's you who've been willing to join that. So it became apparent when I sent out my first email on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday morning. It was the 15th anyway. 2 months to go, that people didn't actually know what self-care was. Now, this is Jen's musical self-care den, isn't it? So I should know what self-care is. But I didn't realise that other people didn't know what the word self-care meant, because as I started my journey with Tropic, it was kind of not hammered into me, but it was kind of like self-care is essential, self-care is essential. And it was repeated time and time again, and eventually you kind of work out what you do for self-care. So when people say, what do I do for self-care? My passion is music. My passion is playing the piano. So my self-care, imagine yourself singing in the shower. If you're one of those who sings in the shower, piano is my self-care. I see playing piano to myself in my own space with no one listening. That is my self-care. My self-care is writing poetry to myself, or writing journal, journaling, writing a diary, any kind of writing, arts and crafts, even baking cookies when Derry's not around, because Derry causes chaos wherever he goes. We made gingerbread men over half term though, I had. Hopefully when he's a bit older and he understands not to throw things everywhere, we can make cookies together. But anyway, just little things. So the idea of self-care is carving out time for yourself. So that's particularly important as a mum. And Heather Palfirman is one of my main influences for that. So she's known as More Than Just Mum. That's her brand. And she encourages you to think outside the box of just being a mum, because mums lose their identity really easily, especially when you've got a newborn, a toddler, a small child. And I was one of those people who lost their identity. Didn't realise it at the time. It's only reflecting afterwards. I was like, yeah, I actually lost myself then. But I've always been a pianist. So I had to rise up from that to become the person I am today. But I've done that through carving in self-care so that I could find my identity. So for those of you who are asking in the group chat, if you catch this video, this is for you. I'm not going to name you, but you know who you are. So self-care, do you do something for yourself, or are you just a mum? Are you just someone's wife? Are you just, what are your hobbies? Because I actually know people who claim not to have any hobbies or interests, and my brain doesn't understand. It's like, surely you're interested in something, but if you're not, and you find yourself bored without identity, find a hobby, find something to be interested in. Even if it's just a favourite TV show, sit down, watch your favourite TV show. That counts as self-care because it's time for yourself. So yeah, I'm going to play the piano today, but there's a difference with this one. So basically, the one I did on Sunday was my official session, so I played 3 pieces, which is what I'm doing this year. But I've got a bonus session today, and I've also got International Piano Day, which is the 29th of March. So look out for that, and I'll play some bonus pieces then as well. It will be a similar time of day probably, which is late lunchtime. But today I was going to go Irish. Now, I say self-care for me is playing the piano to myself. So, I've got the Corrs piece, and I have Drowsy Maggy. So if you know your Irish tunes, Drowsy Maggy is a very traditional Irish jig, which I'd only ever played on violin until Monday, and then I just randomly decided on Monday, you know what, St. Patrick's Day, I need to play a jig. This is it. So, it may or may not be well prepared or not, that's the gamble I'm going to take. Today is happening, it's happening right now. Whether my brain is ready or not, I guess we'll find out when I try to play it. So, this is me and my self-care, sort of. Because I enjoy playing. And I love playing things that I can sing along to as well. So I'm seeing if I can sing along for International Piano Day, but I can't promise anything. But I'm going to start with the Corrs, because for my fingers it's actually less effort. I may not play it perfectly, but you'll see what I mean when I play the second tune. So, this is the Corrs and Runaway. Runaway by the Corrs. I'll read the comments after because I realised the iPad's slightly further away than my eyes work. So if you've left a comment, I'll reply after. So that was the first challenge. Now the second challenge is even harder. So I think it was Cat's group that I posted what my plans were. So yeah, it's Drowsy Maggy. And I knew it well on the violin, but there was no way I was getting my violin out today. I haven't played it for the best part of 10 years. It's not that I can't play it anymore, but it might be a bit iffy compared to the piano. So I'll just find it. It's quite a fast piece, and my fingers aren't as fast as they should be. So yes, I'm a professional pianist, but you have to remember I'm also a gamer. So as far as fingers go, gamers have strong thumbs. Pianists have dexterous fingers. Being a gamer and a pianist means I have got strong thumbs, but my little fingers aren't as dexterous as they should be for a professional pianist. So I'll never be a full concert pianist, but I can get away with it and still have both of my passions. So this is Drowsy Maggy, and it's as fast as my fingers will let me play it. So if I get tangled up, I've warned you ahead of time, but let's go for it and see what comes out the other end.